What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If the title above and this webpage weren't enough, today we're going to be tuning your 6th gen Camaro SS. You're going to need yourself a Microsoft laptop. No, it will not work on Mac unless you do some crazy method of downloading Windows on Mac. I have my MPVI2, which you're going to press into the OBD2 port here, and then the USB end is going to go into your computer just like that. And a couple of credits that could probably be anywhere from $200 up to $1,000 in value. First thing you're gonna do is make an HPTuners account. I already have mine here. You're gonna go to downloads. Just a disclaimer, I am tuning with GPI. I'm not sure if other tuners do different things. GPI asks that you download the VCM suite, the latest version, as well as the latest beta suite version. Make sure you download all the drivers for your respective dongle. I have MPVI2, so I'm gonna download this. Here is the VCM suite downloaded, as well as the drivers. Make sure you run this and install the applications, and make sure you run and update the drivers. That will grant you your VCM editor beta, and then last it's gonna be the VCM scanner. So you'll get this warning because you're using the beta. I actually sent out my stock tune, but I'll show you guys the steps that it takes obviously to get to this point where you see all this. First thing you're going to do is click on help over here and go to resync interface. That will make sure that the program recognizes the drivers and everything works smoothly. Next, you're going to go to verification code. Here's your serial number and your verification code. You will use this to then go to HPTuners. Click on welcome your name. On the sidebar, you'll see my devices. Next, you'll put in the serial number, verification ID. If you want to put a note of what name it is, if you have multiple of them, you can put that as well. You'll click import, and then it'll pop down here on the bottom like mine does. If you bought one from someone previously, make sure they remove the device from their account. If not, you will get an error and you will not be able to proceed until it is removed from their account. We're back on the VCM editor beta. You're going to want to go ahead and grab your remote and put your car in accessory mode, and then go up here and click on read vehicle. Yours will be green, mine is red because my car was already red. And then a pop-up will ask to read your ECM, TCM, and some other option that I didn't select. The ECM, obviously you're gonna wanna read if you're gonna be tuning your car. The TCM you're gonna wanna do if you're automatic and you unlocked it. For T93, please make sure you're on the beta. I made the mistake of not being on the beta and I couldn't find a T93. If you do not see T93, do not read anything else that is not your transmission. Next, you'll read the vehicle. The bar will start filling up on the bottom. It'll fill up once for the ECM, once for the TCM, and if you click the bottom option, it'll fill up for that as well. Make sure your Camaro doesn't time out and shut off, because if not, you're gonna have to restart the reading process again. Next, you're gonna be asked what you want to call it and where you want to save it to. It's automatically gonna try to put it in the logs and tunes folder, which is completely fine. I named mine 2022 Camaro stock tune because it's the stock tune of my car. You definitely want to save this. If you ever want to put the car back to stock, save it to multiple computers, send it to a friend, whatever you have to do. So then you're gonna grab this and email it on over to Gwatney Performance. I email them this with a list of the performance mods I've done in all these videos and the use of the car, which is maybe track in the future, as well as some back road cruising. No straight line really, not trying to hurt feelings. It's a slow car to begin with. Highly emphasize that I wanted my paddles to be as responsive as they could. And if they could add a little sauce to the transmission while they're there, which doesn't compromise too much on reliability, that would be great. About a day later, I received my tune as well as 2 channel configurations for the VCM scanner itself. Obviously, you're going to download all 3 of these. There's my startup tune file, and here are the 2 channel configurations, which you're going to put into the channel configs file. That's in the VCM scanner file, that's in the HPTuners file, that's in the documents file. Having done that, you're going to go ahead and resync your interface. The bar will fill up just like that. You'll come back to this side of the screen, open your channel config, and you will click on this, open it. This is what they're going to use to read it. You can also change the dashboard as well. You're actually going to grab the file that has the layout in it and drag that into the layout folder. Resync your interface again, just to refresh everything. Click up here on layout, open layout, and this will read essentially in a graph mode of what's going on here. Then from downloads, you'll grab your startup tune, drop that in your logs and tunes folder, click on that button up there in the top left, open file, click on your startup tune, open it. I'm going to shut the door because I don't want to hear the beeping. Accessory mode, and show license options. It's going to show the credits that are available for you to spend. It's 4 to do ECM, 4 to do TCM. You're going to click specific for what you're doing, ECM and TCM for me, so it's a total of 8 credits. Click OK. Cannot be undone. If you're unsure, contact. Being honest, I don't know what the difference between right calibration and right entire was. I checked the HPTuners forum, and it says to click right calibration for people that aren't as advanced. So I'm gonna go ahead and click right. It's gonna start doing its thing. Just gotta make sure the car is on still. I believe for 2017 plus cars, you do need internet. Finished writing the other. Screen turned off, even though it's for the TCM. Only other option you're later to do is close and cycle it back on. In accessory mode, you're gonna go ahead and click connect to vehicle. I'm gonna go ahead and click record, start the car up, head on out for, they say, about 15 minutes, do a couple of short pulls. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and stop the scanning. You're gonna click log file and then save as. You're gonna put your title down here. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Just make sure you don't double tap log file and then click on open one, because I did that and I had a data log on my way back home, and let's just say there were a lot more cops out this time. Now that that's done, you're gonna go ahead and grab that, send that in an email, and we'll wait for the next one to come back. I dropped the version 2 of my tune from the downloads on into my logs and tunes. Put it in accessory mode, MPVI2 plugged in. I was told to do the exact same thing I did last time. I felt like it was idling a little funny. Just gonna make sure we put it in the V2 for sure. Write it to the vehicle. On top of it will tell you the information. So up there it says V2. Anyways, I'm doing this so early in the morning. As you see there, it's 8:43, obviously for work. Also, it's just like a horrible heat wave going on in the Northeast. If we could do this at the start of the morning or end of the day where it's a little cooler, I think the car would appreciate it and it would give more accurate results. You just finished the ECM and now it's going to do the TCM. I really didn't have any problems with the transmission. It didn't feel like too out of place. Again, I did a pretty reserved tune for it because it's really just the paddles for me. Right, completed. Just reset itself again. Turn the car off like that. Open up the scanner. We will connect to the vehicle with the car in accessory mode, and we will take this car out. Originally, I was supposed to get an Insta360 yesterday. I would have put that on the back of the car, but of course, Amazon, as always, is just f***ing up. About 15 minutes later, stop scanning, save log file, like that, save, email that out. Hopefully, we'll get one back today. Just got home, and look what's here. Shaking my freaking head, man. Got the third version of the tune, went ahead and downloaded it and dropped it right into my logs and tunes, of course. Gonna go ahead and open it, and we're gonna go ahead and write it. We're just about finished here. The ECM is complete. The TCM is just wrapping up right there. I'm not gonna record the whole drive as I've been doing these past couple of times. Ben specifically asked for a 2-3-4th gear pull. Alright, so I'm currently at the gas station. I don't think the 360 is going to pick it up because of the jiggling it does, because it's extended on that long pole. But I just went around and did a 5-minute drive that I'm going to actually send over to the tuner, because this car is shifting very aggressively as opposed to how it was in the past two tune files. First to second, you could definitely feel it, like you move in your chair. Second to third is pretty substantial as well. And I'm not trying to change between tunes if I'm going to go on a track versus on just regular commuting roads. I'm gonna go ahead and send that over to them, email them, and hopefully we could get this resolved within the next 2 days so I could take this car out this weekend. Currently, I'm flashing in the 4th version of the tune that they sent me. With that done, I was told to go do a 2nd through 3rd into 4th pull. I did 2 separate logs, as you guys just saw, pulls from 2nd through 4th gear. The car felt pretty jerky still. 1st to 2nd, you definitely feel like it kicks you around in your chair. 2nd to 3rd, it gets a little better. 3rd to 4th, you still feel it pretty bad. And then after that, it's pretty much smooth sailing. Anything below 5th gear, you're definitely feeling a little something. So I'll send these 2 over and I'll get back with you guys when I get an update. Here is version 5 getting written, and here's the pull. This pull, I really felt how much stronger this car is horsepower wise and torque wise. As far as the transmission goes though, still pretty jerky in first to second, especially. Every light you got to slow down to, stop sign, turn you got to make. If you dip down into second or even third gear, you're going to be feeling you coming off of that roll, essentially going around that turn. If that is the case and that's how this car is going to drive around pretty much permanently on this tune, I might just take the L on the cash and put it back to stock. I mean, if I was taking this car strictly to the strip and it was gutted and it was already all uncomfortable, you know, that's just how this car is going to be. But if it was toned down maybe 50%, I'd say I'd rock the tune all the time. But here goes this data log, and we'll be waiting for the next one. So you all saw the pull there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the TCM back to stock, open in the top left corner there. And I'm gonna load in the stock tune onto the beta. We're gonna go to the top arrow there as we've been doing. And instead of writing or clicking write calibration for the ECM, we're gonna leave that as do not write, so it does not write the stock tune to the car. Just make sure you go ahead and have internet there and your car is in accessory mode as it has been. Go ahead and click write. And then from there, you'll essentially just have the stock TCM tune with your power tune. As all of you know, the recall happened and the TCM actually now has a fix to it regarding the whole wheel lock brake thing. Now the TCM will not be relocked essentially, but it has to be retuned according to GPI. You could just pay another $100 and it's just gonna be essentially a retune of just dialing in the TCM. So I'll have to go ahead and do that eventually, but honestly, I'm probably just gonna leave this tune alone. My thoughts on the TCM tune, personally, I probably shouldn't have done it until I got more power, but I was under the impression that, you know, you could kind of keep it the stock tune and just change the parameters of the responsiveness of the paddles and again, the intellectual part of the transmission, knowing, you know, what kind of use you're going to use it for, which wasn't straight line speed as I stated. No issues with GPI, they did a great job. I'm just not super psyched at all that paid all this money and that I'm preferring to use the stock transmission tune. And I'm only worried for that if I do go heads and cam and, you know, I should be running a transmission tune, that the transmission tune is going to be jerky the whole time. It almost makes me not want to do it. But anyways, that's my quick 2 cents. If you have any questions regarding this, please go ahead and ask. If this was any value to you guys, please go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to see what else we're gonna do. Finally, I could say that this car is pretty much all done. Gonna enjoy it for the rest of the summer and we'll see what else next year brings. See you guys in the next one. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace out.